So if I were to say, I'm working with a conscious leader, what would I say about that person that makes me believe that they're conscious?
I think that conscious leadership comes with a very strong presence. And with that presence comes the ability to pause, to be attentive to people, to conversations, to relationships, to clues that sometimes reside in the context that could guide the decision making. And I think also a conscious leader, how we can spot a conscious leader is that this full awareness of there is fear, and nonetheless I'm moving forward. And there's also, I find in a conscious leader, this ability to pause, as I just said, but also to know when it's the time to move ahead, full speed ahead, and to get some velocity in our action and our results. So I think there's this kind of intuitive knowledge, or not necessarily intuitive, but this openness to what is, again, that allows that leader to make a decision that will serve the deeper purpose, not necessarily themselves, ideally not themselves. Well, yes, no, sorry, let me just reframe that. That will serve the grander picture and themselves together.
Right. What's interesting is I remember we had a conversation once that is, if a person is a conscious leader, is it always that they're positive and effective and their impact is positive on the organization?
That'd be neat. I think it might be naive to think that a conscious leader is always positive and always perfect. Conscious leadership does not mean being perfect. Although the reactive part of me thinks so, but if I think more broadly, conscious leadership is also acknowledging that I have limits, that I have fears, that I make mistakes, and it's just embracing the humanness of being. Yeah, I think that's what it's about. And while I'm embracing my own perfectly imperfect self, I'm also embracing what's perfectly imperfect in other people. So there's this kind of I'm going to dare to say unconditional love inherent to it. So it's not like I'm good only if I'm perfect, or I'm good if I'm only always having the best positive impact as possible. It's just, I'm good and I'm worthy, whatever happens. And you're good and you're worthy, whatever happens. You're enough, I'm enough, and we're all enough.
And it seems to me that if you are embracing your imperfection and and being vulnerable enough to show that in your consciousness, that it gives permission to others to be imperfect, to learn, to grow, which I guess those are some of the conditions that create psychological safety in an organization and in an environment too. So